Hello beautiful souls, and welcome to a very dreamy, all about the feels, Cancer season pick a card reading. Very excited to share this with you today. Everything you need is timestamped below, so let the magic begin. I've even got my new mermaid shell ring on for this. I'm so excited. It's so cute when you open it. There's little pearls inside. Adorable. Anyway, off topic. So welcome to Cancer season. We are entering that cardinal water sign, which is all about the feelings. So expect tears and know that it's totally okay and it's completely in alignment with this energy. If you are a bit more emotional or tearful than usual, it's actually a really good time to release. So just let it out. It's completely fine. As Elsa would say, let it go. It's a really great time to check where you have Cancer in your chart or in your houses. And it's also really good to look at where you have potentially an 8 in your soul plan chart, as that is connected to Cancer. It's all about the emotions. So just having a look at where that emotional maturity and that emotional intelligence is being called upon this month. So I have a lovely pick a card reading for you today. I'm using the Ocean Dreams Oracle because I couldn't not use it for this month. And I'm also using the Self-Care Oracle as well, a Sacred Self-Care Oracle I should say. So I just invite you just to close your eyes and just take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, just tuning into the body, really allowing yourself to connect to your emotions and your feelings. Taking another deep breath in and just asking your heart, what do I most need to know for Cancer season? And just exhaling slowly. We're in no rush. We're just allowing ourselves to feel all the feels. Taking another deep breath in. And as you exhale, just opening your eyes and just choosing either from card pile 1 on the left or card pile 2 on the right. Just trusting your guidance from within, knowing that you can only choose what is right for you in this moment. So if you chose card pile 1, then you chose Heart Libations for your main theme for Cancer season. I love that because it's already talking about the heart, so we know that there's some kind of heart chakra energy going on for you this season. Now, Heart Libations is essentially about when you're doing a ritual or a ceremony and you're pouring liquid. Okay, that's really interesting because what your second card is actually drink tea. So I'm feeling like there's a ceremony coming on here. Now, I'm not suggesting that you do that in a sense of cultural appropriation. Each culture has their own connection to tea or to some kind of ritual or sacred liquid that they work with. Like some cultures have cacao, for example. So maybe finding something that feels sacred to your ancestry, whatever that may be. It might just be a cup of English breakfast tea, or it might be a chamomile tea, or it might be cacao, or it might be something else, right? Just tune into what feels aligned for you. But I'm feeling a sense of this ceremony, and this is really inviting you to celebrate your successes. But I also feel it's really about you getting in tune with your heart and connecting with your heart more. Maybe there's been a lot of connection to your head and, what you think rather than what you feel. And so I think this is an invitation to come from the heart this season. So I'm going to invite you actually to do a meditation with these two cards and to just take some time, maybe in the morning. I feel like that would be a good time to do it. And if you aren't near the ocean or a river or something where you can hear water moving, then I invite you to just search for the sounds on YouTube. There are so many amazing videos that have beautiful water sounds that you can listen to. And just close your eyes for a moment and just tune into yourself and just imagine that you're almost dropping into your heart, as if there's a really tiny version of you that just falls down from your head into your heart. And just tune into that for a moment and just ask, okay, what do I need to know in this moment from my heart? How am I feeling? What is my heart trying to guide me with or tell me about? Because yes, this is about celebrating your wins and acknowledging where you've had success already. But I think this is also about taking that time to really tune into yourself and just really connect with your inner guidance this month, your heart guidance, your intuition, but it's really from that heart space. I also think it would be quite good to do it around either a new or a full moon, depending on what feels right for you, right? Some people get very emotional around the full moons. That might be the perfect time to do this. Or you might be somebody who really feels the feels with the new moon, in which case that might also be a really great time. So I think as well, if you can, to visit an ocean or to visit a river, or even if you just know of a nature area near you where there's a water feature, I think you need to hear running running water, and maybe even be able to touch it in the process. Maybe if it's allowed, take a little bottle and take some home with you, and that can be a little bit of ritual water that you can keep on your altar. Do not drink it, of course, because it's probably not safe to do so, but just have it as a kind of altar piece. I think that would be really nice. You can get really tiny little glass jars from like haberdashery stores and things like that, you know, so have a little look for one of those, like with a little stopper. I think that'd be a nice idea. So I think make a ceremony out of a drink that feels right for you, and like really have an intention and a ritual behind it, like when you're stirring in the leaves or the tea bag, whatever it is you're making. Maybe you've got some powder in there, maybe you're making like a matcha latte, I don't know, whatever you're doing, like stirring it, really connecting to it and just setting some intentions, you know, like as I'm stirring this, I connect to this, as I did it, my intention is that, right? Then going into the meditation and just seeing what comes up. Have a journal near you, write down what comes up. I think that would be really great for you this season. So if you chose card pile 2, then you chose my favourite card, which is Temple of the Sea. I think this is the Luscious card in the entire deck, so I'm very happy for you guys that you chose this. I feel like there's a couple of elements going on here. So firstly, what's coming up is this is really an invitation to really dive a bit deeper on your spiritual journey and come into a space of completion with one cycle, right? So it's almost like you've fulfilled something. You know, we go through like 7-year cycles. It's like you've fulfilled that 7-year cycle. You're coming to an end. Maybe you're tying up some loose ends. Maybe there's some things that you think, okay, that's not fully dealt with yet, but I'm getting there. That's really what this card is saying, is like you've done that, you've really completed a lot of stuff. Take a bit of time to connect with the temple, right? Because, and what I love, and this is a quote from the guidebook, is that I think Danielle Knoll says something like, temple is the space where you connect with love, right? And I think that's beautiful. Like when you go into a temple or a cathedral or a church or any religious building, the intention, the idea behind it is to connect with love, because what is God or goddess or source or creator or the universe if not love, right? They don't exist without it. They need love. That is what they are, right? In order to go into those spaces, right, you are there to connect with love. So firstly, I think this is saying you've come through a cycle, you've done some completion, you're just tying up the loose ends. But secondly, I think it's saying like create your own temple. And as I'm saying that, I'm getting a load of ringing in my right ear. So obviously there's a message coming through there of create a sanctuary for yourself. Obviously this is Temple of the Sea. You could have it near the sea. It could be that you have maybe just like a little box in your car or in, I don't know, in your bag, which has some shells, a little bit of sand, maybe a little bottle of water or something like that in, just to remind you of the ocean. Or maybe it's saying like actually create a space or go to a religious site that feels holy to you, right? So for me, I could go to Glastonbury, I could go to the Chalice Gardens, I could go to the springs, I could connect with the water in that sense, right? And like ironically, every time I go, the White Spring's always closed. Anyway, that's another story. So this is like a connection, I think, to creating that temple space where you can connect with love. And what's really fascinating is what came through as your card for self-care, and we had this recently as well, is chanting. Now I give these cards a really good shuffle when I go through them, and I really strongly set the intention that it's for you and that it's coming through with what you need to know. So the fact that chanting came up again, I just think is really interesting. And I think partly this is because when you're in that space, you can have that opportunity to voice what it is that you're feeling within. So obviously we're talking about emotions and feelings. Maybe that is just crying, that's fine, but also maybe you can turn that into music, into something that's like a devotional prayer, if that makes sense. So you could look up Satnam Kaur or Jai Jagdish. Okay, that's like the 8th time, but we got there. Anyway, you could listen to some of their videos or whatever on their playlists. They have some beautiful videos. There are obviously loads of people who have loads of beautiful chanting videos, and just tune into that. Even the song, which I will see if I can find a link to it and I'll pop it in the description box, but it's like, may the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, etc, etc. I can't remember all of it. I can sing it, but I can't say it. Anyway, I'm not going to sing for you. But certainly I just feel like there's this like connection to actually vocalizing things. Maybe things have been a bit blocked in your throat chakra. You know, like when we're crying, there is that connection to the throat chakra. It's not just tears, it is actually our breath and our throat that we're connecting to. So maybe you just need to do that, and it could be that you need to do maybe like a bit of breath of fire or something like that to release something that's trapped. But I definitely feel like creating that sanctuary is really important for you this month. So I'm just inviting you to have a bit of creativity and a bit of fun with that. Whether you're actually going to a religious place or a temple or a cathedral or whatever, or whether you're going to like a sacred site, whether you're just literally getting a shoebox and putting stuff in it that feels sacred to you and then getting it out and making it into a circle and meditating in it and chanting, that that is entirely up to you. I think tune into your creativity with this and let yourself be guided. And even if you just find yourself making weird noises and you think this is super weird, I feel like an idiot, that's fine. You don't have to feel normal when you're doing things, right? Because it's all about you. It's not about me. It's not about anyone else sitting near you or whatever. They don't matter in this moment. In that sacred moment, the only thing that matters is you and your connection to the divine, and that is it. So just tune into that and see if there's another way to explore that, honor and acknowledge and really release what's being taken away by this cycle of completion. Just be like, okay, I just will let out that last bit of emotion with Cancer season, and then I can move forwards and start my new season, which really would come with Leo season, and I feel like that's going to be perfect. So definitely tune in for next month's video to see what information is coming through with the cards for you. If you aren't already subscribed, now is a good time to do that so you don't miss that video, because I think it's almost like next season, next month is going to be this start, this new chapter for you, which is really exciting. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video and the readings. Let me know how they resonate in the comments below, or a lot of you do message me on Instagram, which is so sweet because it's very personal. So do feel free to do that as well, and I will see you in my next video. Ta-da! So I hope that you've enjoyed these videos, taken away, right, by this cycle of completion. That's upside down. In your connection to the divine. Jai Jadish. I can't speak. Jai Jadish. Jadish. Jai Jadish. No. My mouth is dry. But more just each, so, no, I can't shut it. There we go.